morning. Welcome to Estes Stadium in the Conway High School Class of 2026 graduation ceremony. On behalf of more than 700 graduating seniors, we are honored that you are here to share this experience with us.
We are counting on you to make this occasion special for each and every member of the Class of 2026.
In past years, the actions of some audience members have detracted from the dignity of our ceremony, so we have a few requests for you this evening.
Please silence or turn off all cell phones until the conclusion of this ceremony. Go ahead, take them out and double check right now. This night is too special and too important to be interrupted by a cell phone.
Proud Wampus Cat fans are the best when they scream and cheer at our sporting events.
But this is a ceremony, not a championship game, so please save your noisemakers for a more appropriate time.
We ask you to please give every aspect of the ceremony your respect and your undivided attention. Our speakers have worked hard to make this ceremony special.
As names are called, please stand and cheer for your graduate and celebrate their accomplishment.
But also remember to be considerate for the next graduate's name and keep your celebration to a minimum. Each senior and their family deserves to hear their name as they walk across the stage. If every person in the audience can honor these requests, we can make this the best graduation ever.
The class of 2026 is filled with smart, creative, resilient seniors. We are so proud to be celebrating them here today.
We want to thank our friends, family, and teachers for giving us so much support for reaching this milestone in our lives.
Now, if Mr. Cunningham and the CHS band are ready, it's time. Welcome to the graduation of Conway High School, Class of 2026.
silence to honor the memory of Bentley Hamilton and Colgette. Thank you. Please remain standing for the presentation of the colors, the Pledge of Allegiance, National Anthem, and remain standing until the colors are retired.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Families and graduates, you may be seated.
Good evening and welcome family, friends, teachers, and graduates. Would you please join me in prayer? Heavenly Father, tonight we gather with grateful hearts to celebrate the graduating class of 2026. We thank you for the knowledge gained, the friendships formed, and the challenges that have strengthened us along the way. We ask your blessing upon each graduate as they begin a new chapter in life. Grant wisdom in our decisions, courage in the face of the unknown, and compassion for others wherever we go. Thank you for the parents,
families, teachers, and mentors whose love, sacrifice, and guidance have helped make this moment possible. May they feel pride and joy in the accomplishments we celebrate tonight. As we step into the future, may we use our talents to bring hope, integrity, and kindness into the world. Help us pursue our dreams with purpose and serve others with caring hearts. May we go forward with boldness in our calling, clarity in our direction, and compassion in how we live. Amen.
Congratulations, Conway High School class of 2026. I'll keep this simple. You've worked hard to get here. You've had people pour into you, push you, support you, and believe in you. And most importantly, you had to believe in yourself. Don't forget that. Before we go any further, I want to recognize the teachers and staff who helped you get here. They've shown up for you, invested in you, and helped guide you to this moment. We appreciate them. And don't forget your parents and families. This is a special day for them too. They've supported you, sacrificed for you, and stood by you. Make sure you thank them. But today isn't the finish line. Today is the starting line. From here on out, nobody's waking you up. Nobody is making you show up. Nobody is making you do the work. That is on you. You're going to have opportunities. Some will come easy, some you'll have to fight for. And at some point, life is going to knock you down. So let me ask you, what are you going to do when you get knocked down? You are going to get back up. You're going to stay in it. You're going to stay disciplined. And you're going to keep showing up. Because talent will open doors, but your attitude and your effort will determine how long you stay in the room. Be someone people can count on. Be someone who keeps their word. And don't just chase success. Build a life you're proud of. Your future isn't something you find. It's something you build. We're proud of you. Now go earn what's next. Congratulations, graduates of 2026. Wherever you go, you let them know you are a Conway Wampus Cat.
Good evening and welcome to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2026. Tonight we celebrate the hard work, perseverance, and accomplishments of this class. This is a milestone moment not only for the graduates, but for the families, friends, and educators who helped them reach this goal. It is my honor to introduce this year's valedictorian, Cole Britt. Cole graduates ranked first in a class of 717 students with an impressive 4.53 weighted GPA. He has earned numerous academic honors, including recognition as a U.S. Presidential Scholars Program nominee, an AP Scholar with Distinction, and state champion in biotechnology through HOSA. Beyond the classroom, Cole has demonstrated exceptional leadership and service, participating in Model UN, Mock Trial, National Honor Society, and the Conway Strategic Planning Committee, among many others. His commitment to excellence, intellectual curiosity, and service to others truly set him apart. Please join me in welcoming your valedictorian, Cole Britt.
Good evening, everyone. I'm honored to be your Conway High School Class of 2026 valedictorian. To start off, I would like to thank all of the teachers who have helped me get to this point. All of you are wonderful human beings, and I want you to know that you are appreciated far beyond words can express. I would also like to extend my gratitude to Ms. Nix, my high school counselor. She's been amazing to work with, and I would not have been able to get here without her. My final thanks go to my friends, and most importantly, my family. Without your support and guidance, I don't know where or who I would be. Now, for my fellow graduates. I want you all to take a moment and reflect on these past few years. It took grit, determination, and many stressful nights. But we made it. All of the struggles you've endured over the past 4 years have brought you to this moment. So cherish it. Be proud. But it's not over. This is just one accomplishment that pales in comparison to what is ahead. While this goodbye may be wistful, it is not our final curtain. It is merely the first breath of a new life. Time stops for no one. But I think that's what makes life so beautiful. It's delicate, and fleeting. If you take a look around and you notice the people sitting next to you, there will be no one else like them. Their personality, experiences, and character are all unique. There will only ever be one. Regardless of what you agree or disagree with, we're all here together. That is why I believe it is incredibly important not to work around the differences we have, but to work through them. We don't have to pretend that we're all the same, because we're not. In fact, it's these differences and the chaotic mixture that they create that make humanity the wonderful monstrosity that it is. We're gifted with the ability to think and rationalize. It would be a waste if we all thought the same. We shouldn't grow contemptuous towards someone just because they have a different train of thought, for that would be a lapse in our own rationality. Instead, we should embrace that difference, and maybe, in the process, we'll grow. That's the beauty of being human. We're not stagnant. Your ideas, preferences, and beliefs can all change, and sometimes that's scary. But I don't think we should run from it. If you only affirm your perspective, you'll never know what you truly believe. Now, I'm not saying to give up on your opinions. I want you to hold those firmly. But don't be afraid to challenge them. And don't feel hatred towards those that do challenge them. For a belief that goes unchallenged is like a star that has never had its chance to burn. As we go in this world and we continue to grow and change, I want you to remember my words. I want you to remember that you are no more a person than the people sitting around you. I want you to remember that everyone has a story. And I want you to remember that no one is pitting us against each other. Hate is a choice. You are never forced into it. So choose against it. You are in control. So class of 2026, I challenge you. I challenge you to not be afraid of disagreement, but to embrace it. I challenge you to hold on to your beliefs, but don't be afraid to let them go. I challenge you to live your life as who you are, not who you were. I challenge you to be capable of growth and change, not resistant to it. And most importantly, I challenge you to be proud of where you came from, but be even more excited about who you'll become.
Conway, y'all ready? Ushers, please present the first row.
At this time, we want to recognize a classmate that is unable to be here with us tonight. Please give a round of applause and encouragement of Terrence Blake. We love you, Terrence. And now, Valedictorian with distinguished high honors, Cole Thomas Britt. Salutatorian with distinguished high honors, Nicole Helen Reynolds. With distinguished high honors, Kai Mackenzie Filmer. With distinguished high honors, Marley Elizabeth King. Barrett Matthew Pinkerton. Peyton Cole Shivers. Grace Elena Halverson. Michael Samuel Bach. Julia Lynn Riednauer. Arion Marquise Abrams. James Kyle Ackerson II. Del Torre Danye Adams Jr. With distinguished high honors, Matthew Eli Aikman. With distinguished high honors, Ann Yassine Al-Urabi. Aya Yassine Al-Urabi. With distinguished high honors, Miguel Alamin Escobar. Kamaya Shami Lynette Alexander. Jackson Rush Allen. With distinguished high honors, Riley Malaya Allen. Jack Andrew Allgood. Tylen Jameer Allison. With honors, Max Antonio Alvarez. Aslin Giselle Amaya Madradiaga. Jada Marie Anderson. Cade Thomas Anderson. Nakorian Gotti Anderson. Rakia Deshay Anderson. Davion Joel Andrews. Ariante Elijah Arbery. With distinguished high honors, William Blake Armour. With honors, Summer Lee Atkins. Casey Arlene Bagwell. With honors, Ella Grace Bailey. Gabriel Landon Baker. With high honors, Taylor Danielle Bain. Sarah Elizabeth Banks. Shakira Tatiana Barker. With honors, Kimberly Vianney Barragan Quintana. With honors, Rosemary Arali Barrios Mendez. Lily Kate Bates. Jesus Felipe Bailon Hernandez. Harper Gray Bean. With distinguished high honors, Lauren Elizabeth Bell. With high honors, Elizabeth Grace Bennett. With distinguished high honors, Annalise Benton. Dezani Deasia Benton. Aiden DeVoe Bisick. With distinguished high honors, Avery Isabella Bishop. With honors, Abrica Eternity Zanique Black. With high honors, Janaya Ariel Black. Brianna Renee Blackman. Bryson Christopher Blackman. With distinguished high honors, Leah Danae Blocker. Trenton Bogard. With distinguished high honors, Jalacia Michaela Bonnet. With honors, Annabelle Marie Borling. Isaiah Marcus Bowman. LaCandice Latrice Bradley. Sky Brianne Bradley. Ethan Lane Brady. Jack Henry Brainerd. Paul Thomas Brainerd. With distinguished high honors, Mackenzie Yvette Branch. With distinguished high honors, Garrett Lee Brannon. With honors, Brady Jason Britton. With high honors, Nikola Stefan Brakovich Choibashich. With high honors, Ethan Cole Brock. With high honors, Shelby Reese Brock. John Andrew Brooks. Madeline Rochelle Brooks. With distinguished high honors, Ella Kate Brown. Gavin Brown. With honors, Kian Deshawn Brown. Madeline Elizabeth Brown. Nagaria Laquina Brown. Takaya Ray Brown. With honors, Sebastian Jean Patrick Brunger. Alyssa Jade Brumfield. Nakaya Lynn Bunting. Noah Jackson Birmingham. Jacob Allen Burnside. Emma Lee Burton. with high honors, Brooklyn Jania Butler. With distinguished high honors, Mile Elliott Butler. With distinguished high honors, London Faith Caventock. Dakira A. Kane. Abigail Elise Cameron. Angel Naeem Candelaria. With high honors, Jenna Grace Carrington. With honors, Liam Joseph Carroll. With honors, Braylon Page Carter. Emily Atziri Castillo. With distinguished high honors, Bowen Christopher Cathcart. Luke Thomas Cathcart. Isaiah Jeremiah Catton. With high honors, Mina Mae Kavanaugh. With high honors, Cash McRae Cavender. Rodrigo Cedeno. With distinguished high honors, Jose Ernesto Cerda Jr. Rosa Adriana Satino Pelez. LaKayla Christy Alicia Chalmers. With high honors, Haley Renee Chambers. Rodney Rozelle Chapman. With high honors, Daniela Marley Chavez. With high honors, Julia Adeline Chavez Salcido. With high honors, Winston Reynolds Choate. Isabel Chok Ichich. With distinguished high honors, Caroline Riley Chrysler. With distinguished high honors, Silas Joseph Cicero. With high honors, Dalen Jawan Clemens. Reginald Gerard Wayne Cohen. Trey Darrell Cohen. With distinguished high honors, Kelsey Tierra Coleman. With honors, Braxton Gage Collins. Kaylee McKenna Coney. With distinguished high honors, Adrian Baylor Conley. With distinguished high honors, Chloe Ann Cook. With honors, Alea Simone Cooper. With distinguished high honors, Abigail Grace Cooper. Donna Capetillo Romero. With high honors, McKenna Ruth Kostemeyer. With distinguished high honors, Sean McKinley Cover. William McDade Coles. Braden Cowling. Cameron Shea Cox. Marcus David Cox. Samuel Warren Craig. Allison Renee Crawford. Wyatt Cole Crawford. With distinguished high honors, Carter Andrew Crow. Mabel Elizabeth Cubias Rivas. Natadian Deshawn Cummings. Demarion Elijah Cunningham. Kanaya Nichelle Cunningham. Miley Josephine Cushing. Demario Curtis Davenport Jr. Jesse Owen Davenport. Azul Alejandra David. With high honors, Lily Grace Davies. With distinguished high honors, Juan Carlos Davila. With honors, Samantha Nicole Davila. With high honors, Abigail Reese Davis. Amari Javon Davis. Avery Brooklyn Davis. Cheyenne Elizabeth Davis. Davion Tashawn Davis. Lauren Cheyenne Davis with high honors. Logan William Davis. Michael Lewis Davis III. Jaylee Lynn Dawson. Sanaya Kamari Day. Mackenzie Cheyenne Deaton. Mario Jefferson De Leon. Janaya Simone Delph. Nathaniel James Dekiant. Stephen Allen Gabriel Dickey. With honors, Donald William Dietz III. With high honors, Sam David DiGiacomo. Deantheus Javion Dillon. With high honors, Journey Anila Dismu. Grace Alexandria Elizabeth Dobbins. Gabriella Cameron Dobler. Kikeli Domey. Jacinto Dominguez Garcia Jr. David Dominguez Lara. With distinguished high honors, Landon James Dowdy. Evan Downs. With high honors, Zachary Paul Dupins. Gregory Xander Dushota. Balin Andrew Dykes. Molly Callista Eklund. Kendrea Catrice Edwards. With honors, Jacob Randall Elms. With high honors, Fallon Gray Emerson. Derwin Montrell Irby. John William Irwin. Yadira Isabel Escobar. Isabella Esparza. Parker Allen Espinoza. Sydney Michelle Eubanks. With high honors, Renaya Denise Evans. Madison Gabrielle Lane Faison. Rebecca Michelle Faison. With distinguished high honors, Aubrey Simone Quinche Fox. With distinguished high honors, Addison Leanne Ferguson. With high honors, Jesse Balmore Fernandez Bonilla. With honors, Ava Page Fields. Jakia Lachey Fields. Alexandria Renee Ray Fife. With high honors, Alexander James Files. Charles Christian Finkenbinder. Noah Preston Flannery. Christian Alexander Flores. Hugo Alberto Flores. With honors, Lillian Rose Forbes. With high honors, Blake Terrell Ford. Bailey Madison Jane Fornes. Daryl Darnell Foster. Tyler Robert Fowler. With distinguished high honors, Olivia Kate Frazier. With distinguished high honors, Sawyer Miles Frederick. With distinguished high honors, Dustin Matthew Free. Hey buddy, how are you? Josiah Ramar Freeman. With honors, London Bella Freeman. Amaya Michelle Fry Peterson. With distinguished high honors, Naraya Marie Brachet Fuller. Kenneth Alexander Gallardo Lopez. With honors, Aaron Garcia. Jose Armando Garcia Navarro. Jaquela Simone Garner. Alexander Shane Garrison. With distinguished high honors, Gavin James Garrison. With distinguished high honors, Haley Ray Bates. With high honors, Kaylee Jade Garaputa. Brianna Elise Gilmer. With distinguished high honors, Kalia Nicole Gilmore. Tristan Michael Gilson. With distinguished high honors, Nola Burke Glick. America Gonzalez. Giovanni Gonzalez. With honors, Papi Gonzalez. With distinguished high honors, Kaylee Sarai Gonzalez Melendez. With honors, Keely Danielle Goodnight. With distinguished high honors, Isaac James Goodrich. With honors, Ashlyn Danielle Goodwin. With high honors, Jonathan Alexander Gray. With distinguished high honors, Hayden David Green. Kiara Victoria Green. Kiara Victoria Green. Luke Robert Green. Audrey Hayden Greenlee. Ian Alexander Griffin. With honors, Kazaria Dorshell Marie Grimes. Caden Heath Grimes. With distinguished high honors, Cindy Abigail Guevara Gonzalez. Kean Raz Gunter. Jose Elias Guzman Vallecillo. With high honors, Nathaniel Arthur Heibach. Brooklyn Leanne Hall. Rain Elizabeth Hambeacon. With high honors, Alexandria K. Hance. With honors, Ethan Stone Hanna. With honors, Autumn Faith Hansen. With distinguished high honors, Reese Annalyn Harden. With distinguished high honors, Emma Catherine Hargis. Madeline Ray Harlan. With distinguished high honors, Jovi Scout Harrow. Keandre Avery Harris. Tremaine Harris Jr. With distinguished high honors, Spencer Reed Hart. Madison Page Hartsfield. With distinguished high honors, Seaver Cruz Hartsfield. With distinguished high honors, Landon Arthur Harvey. Kellen Luther Hatch. Kalen Luther Hatch. With honors, Dion Lamar Haynes. With distinguished high honors, Jaden Alexis Heflin. With distinguished high honors, Jaden Grace Heinzen. Nevaeh Rakaya Henderson. Cariana Aaliyah Hendricks. Shakira Kaviana Henry. Alicia Denise Hensley with honors. With distinguished high honors, Lucas Haynes Hensley. Marcos Hernandez. With distinguished high honors, Heidi Hernandez Lagos. Brian Alexander Herrera. Cardigan Rashad Hicks Jr. Cecilia Kate Hegel. With honors, Abriana Kadeja Amara Hightower. Maria Fernanda Hilario Diaz. Kazavian Lamarez Hill. Dakaira Monet Hill. Darian Jamar Hill. With distinguished high honors, Zella Juliet Goldberg Hill. Wesley Henry Hitchcock. With high honors, Jaden Kui Ho. With distinguished high honors, Tran Con Hong. Jakaden Tyshawn Hobbs. With honors, Derek Levi Hodge. With honors, Allison Michelle Holscher. Rayvon Malik Holder. With high honors, Shelby D. Holder. With high honors, Max DeWitt Holland. Zoe Jane Holland. Bretoni Lavelle Holloman. With distinguished high honors, Haven Rebecca Hoppus. With honors, Blaine Lucas Horton. John Parker Horton. Ryder William Horton. Devin Allen Howard. Daniel Lee Howell. Kaylin Monet Jane Hudgens. Nicholas Glenn Humphrey. Shayton Nashawn Hunter. Leslie Benny Islas. Jakayla Khalees Jackson. Cameron Jamal Jackson. Catherine S. Jackson. With honors, Kingston Marquise Jackson. With distinguished high honors, Micaiah Kendallin Jackson. Malik Rashad Jackson. Robin Jackson. Takevion Deterion Jackson. Khadijah Angelique James. Caitlin Nicole Jameson. With high honors, Zoe Penelope Jenkins. Eisen Ezel Jenkins. Eli Connor Jernigan. With distinguished high honors, Abigail Ruth Jew. With high honors, Hunton Jiden Johnson. Taraya Mae Johnson. With high honors, Takaya Nicole Joyner. Alexis Jade Jones. Aaron Jeray Jones Jr. Julian Malcolm Jones. Caitlin Diane Jones. With distinguished high honors, Keegan Brock Jones. With honors, Morgan Jones. With distinguished high honors, Tanaya Madison Jones. Ren Avery Jones. With distinguished high honors, Lily Ann Jordan. Traquan Nehemiah Maishawn Jordan. Terrence Javon Joshua. With honors, Christopher Ray Keck. With high honors, Ashton Tucker Keach. With honors, Caitlin Timothy Keel. Shannon Elizabeth Keller. Khalees Sashay Kelly. Caleb Nehemiah Kern. Xander Quaid Ketcherside. With distinguished high honors, John David Kim. Lainey Brooke King. Natavia Nicole King. With distinguished high honors, Sylvia Marie King. Claudio Roberto Kirkendall Jr. With distinguished high honors, Taylor Dean Knapp. Deja Janae Alice Knights. Olivia Lee Knox. Avery Elise Cook. Malik City Kanate. Blakelyn Nicole Conkle. Fisher Nash Kravitz. With distinguished high honors, Ava Kinsley Christopher. With distinguished high honors, Madison Elizabeth Kunert. Kylie Grace Laird. With distinguished high honors, Adeline May Laney. With distinguished high honors, Sarah Jane Leno. Yale Londa Cruz. With honors, Leah May Elizabeth Landon. With high honors, Luke Allen Larkins. With high honors, Talissa Rose Lasker. With honors, Noah Brandon Lasowski. With high honors, Addison Joy Leach. With honors, Lane Matthew Lavelle. Cashel Anae Lee. With distinguished high honors, Noah Alexander Lee. With distinguished high honors, Addison Grace Lee. Heidi Valeria Leon. Theta Lapp. With honors, Elizabeth Ekaterina Ligon. With distinguished high honors, Anna Catherine Lyles. Ivan Mark Lindstrom. Trayvon Demetrius Logan. With distinguished high honors, Abigail Marie Long. With honors, Zaria Yvette Long. Cesar Lopez Morales. Abraham Loreto Hernandez Thomas. Jamarion Darrell Lowe. With distinguished high honors, Sophia Elizabeth Lowe. Alexa Loya. With honors, Ava Elise Lucas. Colin Israel Luckett. With honors, Aaron Cade Lupke. Evan Lee. Sabrina Francis Lynch. Presley Olivia Lyons. Tatiera Nakaira Macon. With distinguished high honors, Anthony Magdaleno. With distinguished high honors, Chloe Elise Mahan. Landry Dallas Mahan. With distinguished high honors, Colton Andrew Macara. With distinguished high honors, Peyton Elizabeth Mangum. Jaleja Nevea Manning. With high honors, Kira Grace Manning. Tamaya Manning. Jackson Lane Markham. Rochelle Renee Martinez. With high honors, Garexi Martinez. With distinguished high honors, Dylan Andrew Massey. Brianna Matthew Garcia. With honors, Eric Yandel Matute Gonzalez. With honors, Robert Cole Malden. With honors, Jacob Brennan Maxim. Patrick Allen Maxim. Cody Brent Maxwell. Lloyd McBride. Haley Elizabeth McCarran. Dava Isabel McClellan. Brandon McClendon Jr. Matthew Michael McClure. With high honors, Saya Faith McClurkin. With honors, Alexander James McCrae. With distinguished high honors, Curlin Dean McCrae III. Jamarian Darrell McCree. Samuel Dawson McFadden III. Caden Deshaun McGee. Shamar Jordan McKee. Dylon Rodell McKinney. James Hyle McKinney III. Cooper Christian McCoyne. Jillian Marjorie McManus. Kanijah Zatoria McNabb. With honors, Bella Margaret McNeil. With honors, Sadie Jane McNeil. Kimani McVeigh. Carlos Ernesto Malara Rodriguez. With distinguished high honors, Joshua Antonio Mendoza. With distinguished high honors, Brody Daniel Mercer. With distinguished high honors, Dylan Matthew Mercer. With distinguished high honors, Audrey Elizabeth Michaels. With distinguished high honors, Emery J. Miller. Joshua Ian Miller. Chanel Michelle Miller. Jacoby Brian Miller. With distinguished high honors, Cassidy Rose Milliken. Chrislyn Amaya Milton. Lathan Orion Mitchell. With distinguished high honors, Macy Beth Monkern. Mason Thomas Monkern. Xander Moore. With honors, Yasleen Getsmeni Morales. With honors, Antonio Ramon Moreno Rappo. With high honors, Taylor Elizabeth Morgan. Marquavius Lamari Morris. DeLeon Jamar Mosby. With distinguished high honors, Kennedy Elise Mosley. With honors, Mallory Diane Moss. With honors, Elena Bresciana Mullins. Elizabeth Page Murray. With distinguished high honors, Augustine Anthony Nabholz. Brody Daniel Nash. With distinguished high honors, Elias George Noir. With distinguished high honors, Emily Ann Naylor. With distinguished high honors, Cooper Hayden New. Michael Lawrence Nurles Jr. With distinguished high honors, Newton Jaguna Nanga. Tyler Wolk Wynn. With distinguished high honors, Kenzie Josephine Nichols. Raimundo Nebla. Brinley Caroline Nipper. With distinguished high honors, Brogan Shane Nix. With honors, Edith Sarayi Nolasco. With high honors, Brady Palmer Norman. Amari Latrell Normant. With high honors, Liam High O'Connor. Blakely Carmen Honora Oates. David Ojeda Reyes. With honors, Emma Adeline Oliver. Valeria Esmeralda Ortiz Gomez. Ava Rain Osborne. Alexander Jonah Otto. With high honors, Caroline Elaine Overton. Caden Joshua Pace. Lucas Daniel Pachuca Toro. With distinguished high honors, Hayden Matthew Page. With honors, Amari Rashawn Parham. Bella Ann Park. Cameron LaWayne Parker. Kelly Ray Perro. Liam Michael Patrick Gleason. Damira Alize Patton. Taylor Ann Pearson. Zacchaeus Blake Pearson. With honors, Carolina Paleo Carrillo. Gabriela Perez Villalta. Brandon Stephen Perez Rodriguez. Carly K. Perkins. With distinguished high honors, Gavin Drew Perry. With honors, Oliver Kellum Phillips. With high honors, Maya Danae Pickens. With distinguished high honors, Georgia Grace Pierce. Gabriela Grace Ponce. Jose Alfredo Ponce. Kamaya Nyana Powell. Audrina Powell Klein. Race Pratt. Demaya Sejordan Preston. Haley Nicole Prince. Isabel Karina Pooh Bullocks. With distinguished high honors, Jose Francisco Pooh Thomas. Caden Danae Qualls. With high honors, Annalise Damian Quenga. Angel Alexander Ramos. Sophia Elena Rainey. Sabrina Ashlyn Rankin. Terrence Lemoyne Ray Jr. With high honors, Jonathan Brooks Reed. Sarah Catherine Reynolds. With honors, Nathan Josiah Richardson. Samuel Ellis Richmond. Blake Owen Riley. Jeremy Rinken Solis. Kylie Ray Ritchie. With honors, Jason Alessandro Rivera Montano. Colton Michael Robichaud. With high honors, Brian Austin Robinson. Heavenly Allay Denise Robinson. Jameer Keyshawn Robinson. Lena Ali Robinson. Lloyd Christopher Robinson. Genesis Camilla Rodriguez. Cameron Reed Rogers. Derek Durrell Rogers Jr. Haley Kiana Rogers. Kennedy Olivia Danielle Rose. Reagan M. Rose. With distinguished high honors, George Kendall Ross. Ryan Mackenzie Rowland. Kylan Trayvon Russell. Peyton Elijah Ruth. With high honors, Jacob Charles Rye. Nicholas G. Salazar. Maria Fernanda Saldana Galvez. Jesus Sanchez. Adia Lavender Sanders. Jaden Amos Sandlin. Jennifer Anaí Sandoval. With distinguished high honors, John Hunter Scaife. With high honors, Carolinthia Delania Schaefer. Delnaya Schaefer. With distinguished high honors, William Andrew Schlintz. With distinguished high honors, Carly Brooke Schluterman. With distinguished high honors, Brody Allen Schultz. Yuri Segura Rodriguez. Caden Dwayne Selders. Preston James Sellers. With distinguished high honors, Haven May Sellers. With distinguished high honors, Sophie Brooklyn Shaver. Ethan Shaw. Landon Allen Shepard. Anaya Catrice Shepard. Farah Jane Sherman. Preston Shreves. Caden Jade Shoemate. With distinguished high honors, Lauren Elizabeth Simpson. James Cardero Sims. With honors, Aubrey Elizabeth Skinner. Alana Renee Slates. Layla Soraya Smiley. With distinguished high honors, Ainsley Elizabeth Smith. With high honors, Anna Claire Smith. With high honors, Ashley Noree Smith. With honors, Cameron Ellison Smith. Cordarius O'Neill Smith. With distinguished high honors, Hadessa Dawn Smith. Jaquel Devante Smith. Caden Alec Smith. Kaya Deanna Smith. Makia Raylan Smith. With distinguished high honors, Riley Madison Smith. Trayson Miles Smith. With distinguished high honors, Addison Faith Smittle. With distinguished high honors, Magnolia Jean Smyers. With high honors, Logan Calvin Snagowski. With distinguished high honors, Haley Catherine Snyder. Juan Alfredo Sak Oware. With honors, Mariano Deshawn Soto. Taven Edward Spears. With distinguished high honors, Callista Lauren Sprague. Grace Wynn Stats. Misha Latrell Stafford. Kaya Elizabeth Stewart. London John Stewart. Lauren Elizabeth Stiefvater. Kenzie Grace DeGauld. With honors, Scarlett Isabel Still. With distinguished high honors, Gage Emery Warren. With honors, Phoenix Braylon Stone. With honors, Zeppelin Lashai Ribbon Stout. McKinley Grace Stroke. Dylan Brad Swastigi. With high honors, Presley Kate Sublet. With distinguished high honors, Danielle Jane Lynn Sullivan. With high honors, Evelyn Olivia Sullivan. With high honors, Luke William Suttle. Elijah Kavan Swift. William Anthony Sykes Jr. With high honors, Seth Anson Talent. With distinguished high honors, Wesley Sutton Tapp. Garion Alexander Taylor. With distinguished high honors, Hudson Tidmore Teague. Luke Christopher Tessing with distinguished high honors. Devin Lachey Thomas. Kamaya Latrice Thomas Childs. Jacoby Anthony Thomas Childs. With distinguished high honors, Annalie Kate Thomason. Jada Golena Thompson. With distinguished high honors, Kaden Alyssa Thompson. With distinguished high honors, William Cohen Thompson. With distinguished high honors, Preston Gabriel Tilley. Austin Michael Tinney. With distinguished high honors, Toby Lynn Tinsley. Jessica De Leon. With high honors, Adelaide Tonches Martinez. With honors, Genevieve Elena Tonches Solis. Avery Morgan Toon. Elwalio Torres. Brittany Torres Morales. Tristan Clay Toops. With distinguished high honors, Angelic K. Tran. Wesley Scott Tribble. Haley Ann Jean Tucker. DeKalen Dwayne Turner. All right. With high honors, Trinity Liana Tyler Hayden. Cooper Stephen Ullery. Heidi Yaritza Umanzor. With distinguished high honors, William Rowlett Upton. With distinguished high honors, Roxana Valeriano Pena. Janaya Vance. Riley Nicole Vaughn. Braulio Otaniel Vela Chavez. Joshua Vences Morales. Bernice Isabel Valata Murillo. With distinguished high honors, Carly Camille Vint. William Connor Voss. Stefan Vontrell Wade Jr. Addison May War. With honors, Ryder Steele Walden. Robert Fitzgerald Walker Jr. With distinguished high honors, Brooke Elizabeth Wanamaker. Janaya Michelle Washington. Joseph Lee Washington. Kamaya Lachey Washington. Kamaria Tania Danielle Washington. With distinguished high honors, Kylie Madison Watson. Jeremiah Keshawn Weaver. Carter Joseph Webb. Lindley Grace Webb. Janasha Anaya Webster. Andrew Lucas Weitzel. Distinguished High Honors, Catherine Margot Welke. With honors, Amelia Jean Worley. With high honors, Kelly Elizabeth Westbecker. Isabella Jewel West. Briar Lois White. With high honors, Cameron Deshawn White. Lilith Christian White. With distinguished high honors, Missouri Lisbeth White. With honors, Kenzie Brianna Wigley. Akila Lynn Wilkerson. Chloe Paige Williams. Gianna Monet Williams. Kamarion Jameer Williams. With distinguished high honors, Magdalene Claire Williams. Mariah Lachey Williams. Riley Grace Williams. Soraya Louise Williams. Sean Colin Williams. Sierra Savannah Williams. Trinity Renee Williams. With high honors, Whit Daniel Williams. Caleb Jesai Williamson. Abiel Lynn Wilson. With high honors, Braden James Wilson. Jalea Wilson. With honors, Lily Irene Wilson. Michaela Raylyn Wilson. With honors, Olivia Ann Wilson. Seth Alexander Wilson. With distinguished high honors, Martha Grace Winningham. With high honors, Jackson Walker Woodard. Amari Devante Woodley. Elias Jamel Woods. Fenley Catherine Woolley. Nancy Elizabeth Grace Workman. Ches Logan Wright. Christopher Lee Wright Jr. Mark Edward Wright Jr. Hector Luis Zolchok. With honors, Haley Yarborough. Paula Inez Yat Khan. With distinguished high honors, Anthony Yee. With distinguished high honors, Cameron Michelle Young. With distinguished high honors, Lexton Phillip Young. Eric Zamorano. Jonathan Zamudio Hernandez. With distinguished high honors, Mustafa Zia. And with honors, Maximus Zimmer.
Seniors, please stand. Graduates, at this time, please move your tassel from the right to the left side of your cap, signifying the completion of your high school career. School Board of Directors, Mr. Black, teachers, families, and friends, I present to you the graduated class of 2026. Okay, graduates, we still got the benediction and the alma mater left. Y'all stay standing for the benediction and the alma mater.
Congratulations, class of 2026. Today, we are a chapter of the first part of our lives, a chapter that looked unique to each person. Some of you may have been involved in sports, others work. You may have been members of clubs, or maybe you prioritize solo hobbies more. No matter what path you took through Conway High School, your path, just for a short time, crossed with the other people here. Even though you may not recognize every face around you, for a short, beautiful moment, we sit here, united as Conway's class of 2026. Today is not only a day for celebration, but it is also a day for heartfelt goodbyes and remembrance. Each one of us has experienced extreme highs and lows on our journeys. We have all made mistakes, but we all also have accomplishments to be proud of. As we enter this new stage of our lives, it is important to both cherish and learn from those moments, because it was those moments that have shaped who we are today. Along our journeys,
We all have received help and guidance, and I would like to take a moment to thank those that have supported us throughout this chapter of our lives, who have made it possible for us to be sitting here at graduation today. To our teachers, thank you for your dedication inside and outside the classroom. You all push us far beyond our comfort zones, but that was what encouraged us to have resilience. To the rest of the staff at Conway High School, your hard work and effort were not unnoticed. It was because of you all that we were able to have the tools and opportunities for success. To our families, thank you all for the unwavering support you have given us, for steering us in the right direction, and for being here to celebrate with us today. And lastly, to our fellow classmates, thank you for forming communities that have allowed everyone to find a space where they feel included and valued. Even though the school is made up of many people, every single student is irreplaceable and will be missed. After today, we are all going our separate ways. Whether that be college, military, trade school, or workforce, our chapter of high school has finally come to an end. Although we have learned many things throughout our time here, I believe the most important lesson to take with us is what it means to be a Wampus Cat. Our mascot symbolizes strength, integrity, kindness, and respect. We have all heard these values countless of times, and as Wampus Cats, we have been taught that in order to represent our school, we need to reflect those values in our character. The future looks different for each one of us. After today, this chapter is closed, and our paths are no longer crossed. No matter where life takes you, remember to have strength, integrity, kindness, and respect. Remember that you will always be a Wampus Cat at heart.
Class of 2026, for the last time, you're dismissed.